Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the month of October 2024. You have this Serendipity card. I love this card. It's a card of like good luck. You have this By the Book card as well. So there could just be like a really nice flow to the month for you. It could just say that, that By the Book card, I kind of feel that things are going how you expect them to go. So it's almost like things are just going your way or not your way if you expect that as well, I guess. But the reading does look pretty good. The Serendipity card is about, kind of like lucky things happening for you at this time. And a couple of people have had a lot of luck in their readings this month. So, it could just be a lucky time in general for people, which of course would also be a good thing. But let's see what's going on here. I forgot to pull the last row, but you have the Page of Swords, the Emperor, and the Temperance card. The Page of Swords is about curiosity and looking into things. And he's looking over to the By the Book card and the Serendipity card. And so I kind of feel this is saying, if you look for signs, you will see them. And that's what I would focus on with the Page of Swords, is kind of like looking for signs and kind of turning on your radio, so to speak. I think that we do have to do that, right? We have to tell our brain that we're looking for something. And, I'm a big fan of talking to my brain. So I think a lot of you could also be doing that as well. And I'm a mess today, apparently. I'm not pulling all the right stuff. You have the Emperor. I just feel like you are ready to take control of your life, just in general. Like, I feel this Emperor is pretty big picture. I feel it's talking about your life in general, and I feel it's saying that you are more than ready and capable of taking control of your life and making it better in some way. So the Emperor is all about control, but we're talking about like positive control here, like being in control, and I feel that you are embracing that energy. I mean, you even show up as yourself here. And the Temperance card is you. Whenever you show up as yourself, this puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So you're just showing up in a strong position having this Temperance card. I also do feel that you are trying to improve your situation in life in general. The Temperance card is a card of alchemy and trying to turn one thing into another. We can turn a negative into a positive with the alchemy. We can turn a positive into a negative as well. And I get this feeling that you are just generally focused on improvements in your life or creating bigger improvements in your life. And I just feel that is your focus. That's it. So that's where we're going to start. But let's see what we get here with the Page of Swords. With the Page of Swords, we have the Death card. Yeah, you're curious about some sort of change. I've said it to you before, Sagittarius. I think your story for maybe the past few years is that you've been spread out. Like it's almost like all the particles of you went out into the universe. You explored a bunch of different things, and now you're coming back to center. That's like the best way I could describe it. And so I feel like your job now is to transform everything you've learned and to be excited for a new beginning. The child right here on the Death card is the only person that is not afraid of the Death Rider because, children are usually excited by new things. They're excited by new opportunities. They ask a lot of questions. They're very curious, just like the Page of Swords. So I feel like embracing that childlike energy in your life would be very beneficial for you. We also have these two pillars from the moon. And the sun is coming up between those two pillars. So it kind of says that you're stepping into a period of the sun. The king is also dead here. So I definitely feel that a lot of you have, like, something that was established in your life probably has left your life, or you have moved on from something that was established in your life for a long time. With the Emperor, you have the King of Cups. You could also be attracting love. I mean, we have the King and Queen of Cups here. These two are divine counterparts. Not really a love reading. We don't see a ton of love cards yet. That could change in a minute. But if you do want love, this is very good. I would also say that this energy is just very good for the Pisces eclipse that we just had in general. That Pisces eclipse was all about exploring your emotions and like your emotional connection to things, how you feel about things also comes up there. And so those two cards, the King of Cups, is about exploring your emotions on a very deep level and seeing how you feel just about anything that you're doing. The Queen of Cups, she follows her heart. And so I kind of feel that you maybe have like combined those two energies so that you can move forward. With the Temperance card, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success or quick conclusion or quick achievement. So things are definitely moving forward for you this month. And, I feel like the past few months have maybe been a little bit more shaky, but I do feel this month could be just feeling a little bit better for you. And I kind of feel like you just generally feel like you're more on track. Remember what I said at the beginning of the reading about how it almost seems like things are kind of just going according to plan for once. And, that's really the energy that I get off of that card. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Change and Healing card. You also have this Fire Spirit card. So pretty much everything we just said. Definitely Change and Healing shows up with the Death card. And, even some of the other cards there, even the King of Cups and the Temperance card. The Fire card, I feel, is saying you're ready for action, which we also said with the Emperor. So you're ready to take action on the things that you're creating or working on. You have the Three of Cups, the the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. The Three of Cups says teamwork makes the dream work, so anything you can do to work together with other people will be very beneficial. In November, Pluto will officially move back into Aquarius, and, I think that's when we will really, really see the benefits from co-creation. So I believe we're entering into a time of co-creation, especially in Pluto and Aquarius is kind of like the kickoff to that energy. And so anything you can do to work together with other people, get an accountability partner, anything like that would be really good. Just surrounding yourself with more supportive people just in general would be a good idea. These three women are celebrating a harvest, and I do feel that some of you are about to have a harvest. I say you're about to because you have the Eight of Pentacles showing up here. Eight of Pentacles represents material success on the horizon, so it says that there's more money coming in the future. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is all about following your heart. And like I said, I feel that maybe this Pisces eclipse has caused you to tap more into your wants, needs, and desires inside of your heart. And you could be making decisions or making moves in that direction. I think it's pretty interesting that we go to the Hangman and the Two of Wands. The Hangman is about being in Hangman mode, putting yourself in Hangman mode so that you can gain enlightenment, so that you can gain inner answers. And then you have the Two of Wands, which says that, something from the past is complete, Death card. Something has, effectively died in your life, and now you're stepping out into the world. The Two of Wands, he has a whole world in his hands, and he needs to make a move in a new direction. And, he doesn't necessarily know what he's going to discover on that adventure, but he needs to do it anyway. And again, I feel like that's what you could be doing with the Queen of Cups. I also, like I said, I do feel love here. So for those of you that want love, you could be attracting a divine counterpart. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about bathing in the energy of what you want. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It can just be fulfillment in general. But I always say with the Nine of Cups that really the Nine of Cups is an action we have to take. Like, we don't just get a wish with the Nine of Cups. We have to be in alignment with that wish. We have to look like it's match. So the Nine of Cups is about matching the energy of what you want so that you can get it. And, the easiest way to do this is to adopt the habits of whatever it is that you want. So if you want to be successful in business, adopt the habits of successful business people. If you want to be successful in love, same thing. Take yourself out on a date. Go do the things you would do if you were in love, and love yourself, right? Doing all those things will put you in the energy of love, and then you will attract it. So the Nine of Cups is about being in that energy, and that's what I feel like you have to do here. With the Three of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, of course, can represent marriage. So if you want love, looks really good. Again, not like a major love reading, but it's here. The Four of Wands can also represent completion. And I feel a lot of people are doing this, again, because of the Pisces eclipse. And I also think it's interesting that we have two more Pisces eclipses in the future. We have one on September 7th of next year, and then one in August 28th of 2026. We'll have the last Pisces eclipse for a little while. And a lot of you, I think this Pisces eclipse energy could have, even if it happened months ago, it doesn't matter, right? If you had a big ending, or, you lost a job, you walked away from a job, you ended a relationship, any type of ending, I feel like you're getting ready to go to the next stage. And, again, I kind of feel like this Pisces eclipse caused that. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare, and Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare and being stuck in a nightmare. So something definitely if something hasn't come to an end, it needs to come to an end, is what I feel. I always say that the Nine of Swords really says you can be the bug or the windshield. You can be the immovable force, or you can be the bug that gets splatted on the windshield. So the Nine of Swords is really a card of needing to take control of your situation and change it. And I kind of feel like you are, because you have the Temperance card. Well, I want to see what comes up here. But again, I kind of feel you are taking control. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Wands, yes. So you have the Two of Wands twice. The Two of Wands, he is, the story of the Two of Wands is that he rushed to a finish line, and he's standing at the top of this castle, and, he feels that he knows that he has experienced everything that you can experience, but really he has the whole world in his hands. So he can leave his castle and go on an adventure, and he will discover new things. And I feel a lot of you kind of like need to do that, right? Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this echidna. It says homebody, distinctiveness, and danger sense. You have this imagination card. It says creativity, inner child, and inspiration. If I were to give a collective energy for everyone for October, it would be that imagination card. Almost every single reading had something about, creativity, imagination, and inner child. Like, you don't have it yet. You might get it, but, everybody else had the Six of Cups, for example, which is your inner child. So it seems to me like it's a great time to tap into creative projects, or to do creative projects, to work on creative projects, things like that. And that's what I think these cards are talking about. So I would definitely embrace your creative side. You have the Hangman, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Hangman is about being in hangman mode. He is hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom here, so that he can gain enlightenment. And so he's put himself on pause. I almost feel that you have been on pause. Like, you have been in a period of time where you've kind of haven't been moving forwards or backwards. You've just been gaining or looking for inner answers. And I guess the good news is I feel now you have the inner answers. The next step for you is to start moving forward. So if you don't know what to do, it's like, what is the smallest thing that you can do to move forward? And that is the step I would take with the Hangman. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead and getting out into the world. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to get out into the world with the Two of Wands and to take the lead on something. That's really all he needs to do. And again, we already talked about it, so that's what I feel here. One other thing that I would say is that I do feel it would be a good time for you to leave a comfort zone. You have that Nine of Swords, and even though he is uncomfortable on the Nine of Swords, he has this blanket right here, which is a comfort blanket. And so it's like he's in pain, but he's not in enough pain to make a change. So the whole point of the Nine of Swords is to not let it get to that point where a situation becomes so painful that you are forced to leave, right? You basically create a tower moment if you don't leave something that's not, that's once it becomes painful enough. And I kind of get that feeling there. Again, the Two of Wands, same thing. I feel like it's time to leave a comfort zone. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel pretty good about this because the Eight of Pentacles could say you're finally getting results for the work that you're doing. So if you've been putting in the work, or clearly you have been putting in the work into something, you could finally be getting the results that you've been hoping for, which would be great. The Eight of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. So, I mean, it's not, but that is popping into my head that you also need to balance the energy. He is almost done with what he's been working on. He only has one more pentacle to work on. But sometimes I think it's more important to kind of like look up and see how much work you have accomplished, because then it will make whatever you're about to do much more possible. With the Hangman, you have the Ace of Swords. It's almost like something is cutting you down from the tree. The Ace of Swords could be the truth, basically. So you could be, accepting some sort of inner truth, or you could be receiving a truth. And that's the thing that could set you free with that Hangman energy. The Ace of Swords is also a victory, so I do feel that there could be a pretty big victory coming in for you. I definitely feel you've made a sacrifice as well. This is a palm frond right here, and palm fronds in the tarot can represent a sacrifice. And with the Death card and all this other stuff, I feel like you've made a sacrifice. With the Two of Wands, you have the Ten of Cups. Love it. I feel like this is where you could be going with that Two of Wands. The Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, or, good things happening to you after a difficult period of time. And so you could really be setting yourself free, or releasing yourself from situations that have been holding you back. And of course, this would be a good thing. So I feel like the Ten of Cups is about, kind of like setting yourself free. Could also be love, happy home, happy family. So if you are looking to meet a person, that you could have a family with. There's really good, love stuff showing up here. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. See, it's like I wouldn't wait for work. I'll just tell you a story. I work with a bunch of YouTube groups about starting YouTube channels, and I have my own YouTube group as well. And a lot of the times, I'll have people who come in there. They'll like create a video, and then they'll wait to see how it goes, and then it doesn't do well, and they give up. So I always tell those people, don't stop creating. Create that video and then publish it, but you should immediately be working on the next one to keep that momentum going. And that's kind of like what I feel for you here is, I feel like this is saying like, don't wait for a result to decide to keep working on something. I would like start working on something. What I think is better and what's changed my life is, I still have a ton of ideas for everything, but I give myself 90 days. And every 90 days, every quarter, I work on one big new project, and that's it. And that is my focus for that quarter. And if it works, great. But if it doesn't, then also great. And I move on to the next one. But I have found that 90 days is a good amount of time to figure out whether or not something is going to work. But it also prevents me from quitting on things too soon. Because like sometimes I'll work on something, for my channel or whatever, and it like doesn't work. But then like maybe at 60 days, it starts working. So, again, I think that 90 days is a good amount of time to give yourself. And that's what I would do here is I would like if you're waiting on a result, I would keep working on whatever you're working on and, give it 90 days or give it a certain amount of time. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this intuition card and this forgiveness card. I feel like you need to trust your intuition. I also feel that you could be forgiving yourself. I mean, it's showing up in the good stuff. So you could be forgiving yourself. Maybe if you haven't made enough progress or if you feel like you haven't done enough, I feel you could be kind of releasing that. You have the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it right here. So a lot of you during the eclipse or, even after this eclipse that we just had on the 17th of September, yes, we're going to have another one on October 2nd, but I'm talking about the Pisces eclipse. You could have, at that time or even before it, could have decided to walk away from something. And, the Eight of Cups would say you're walking towards fulfillment in the good stuff. So I feel like you are seeing how you're walking towards fulfillment. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but in the area of the good stuff, the Nine of Wands would say that you are not going to give up on something that you are working on. Just like I said a couple minutes ago with that Hangman and Eight of Pentacles, I think that you do need to not give up on something that you're working towards because it's like maybe you're working on, and maybe I said that because you're working on something that really isn't working right now, but I feel like it just needs a little bit more time. And so I feel the Nine of Wands is definitely saying don't give up. Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. So I look at this card as a card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It basically says you need to experiment your way towards success, and if you do that, you will be successful. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive. This is kind of you showing up here. So, this could be you, I should say. So you are showing up in a very strong position in this reading. The Queen of Wands, she follows the sun. She has a sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun, so she basically moves towards the sun. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. I really feel like something wasn't cutting it for you any longer, and you chose to walk away. Two of Swords normally is a card of trying to find a middle ground or trying to come to an agreement. But coming up in the good stuff, it would say that you're focusing on something new. She has this new island behind her, and that new island is like a third place. I always say that this card is my card of third place solutions. And so you could be discovering, a different way to work, or you could be discovering a different way to do things in your life. And that's what I feel like you're doing. With the Nine of Wands, you have the King of Wands. Love it. You have divine counterparts again. If you are attracting love, this could be a connection where there's a lot of desire between the two of you and a heart-based connection as well. So I feel like that could be good. Both of these cards represent, being very bold, being assertive, and like really going for what you want. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about, really charging towards your desires. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you need to keep investing, right? Six of Pentacles is about planting seeds. It says, and especially in the good stuff, it's a good card, but it's a card of planting a seed, seeing what grows, seeing what doesn't, and keep going. So again, just like I gave you that YouTube example, it's like if you're working on something, I don't think you should be pausing and waiting for a result. I feel like this is saying keep working regardless of whether or not you're getting a result, because what you're doing is you're building momentum. It's like maybe something hasn't had enough time to grow yet, but it is going to grow if you keep putting in the work. And I really get that feeling off of this Six of Pentacles, that it's kind of like saying keep planting seeds. Don't just like wait. Don't ruin the momentum by waiting for a result, right? You have this Goldfish card. It says increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. Very good. Definitely could be, and Goldfish are very lucky as well. So there could be an increase in your luck. You have this Crown. It says honor and respect will come for you, or come to you. And so a lot of you could be getting honor and respect. One thing I will say is that there's been a lot of energy of people who want to become an authority. So if you want to become an authority figure or leader, this reading looks really good for those of you that want to step into like authority roles. You have this happiness card, so definitely could be some happiness coming in for you if you want to be more happy. You have the Ten of Cups as well, which is like fortune after difficulty, so that looks really good. You have this Whale. It says great worry over nothing. There you go. Again, if you're not continuing to work on whatever you're working on here, then you're worrying, and I feel like this is saying, release the worry. And finally, you have this Flute card. It says disappointment in a friend or a lover. This could be like a past person, and I would just let it go. But pretty good here, Sag. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.